This week on Cruisin' Collector's Edition, the guys take a trip to Sheffield and check out a 1924 Model T.
Perfect paint job, I can tell you that.
It is. That's how Model T's supposed to look.
Yeah.
Then we take a look at some classic cars from the Blue Line Classics collection. And lastly, we travel to Norwalk and get the scoop on some snowplows like you've never seen before.
Oh yeah, we were so excited about it. I'm still excited about it. It's pretty cool.
That's all coming up on Cruisin' Collector's Edition, presented by Blue Line Classics.
Welcome to Cruisin' Collector's Edition.
I'm Tim. This is my partner Jeff. We're the proud owners of Blue Line Classics here in North Royalton, Ohio. Today we're going to venture out to Sheffield, Ohio to take a look at a 1924 Model T runabout.
We have 4 Model Ts in our collection at this time, and we're hoping to add a 5th.
This one happens to be my father's Model T. It's 100 years old. It's a 1914. He did a frame-off restoration on it about 10 years ago. He's looking to freshen it up over the winter. He drives this thing like he stole it.
The Model T that we're going to look at today is owned by a World War II vet, and he's ready to part with this car, and we're hoping to find a new home for it here today.
He sent us several pictures of the cars. Hopefully it looks as good in person as it does in the pictures, and we can bring it home.
Let's head out.
Let's go.
Your first Model T?
No, my first, but I remember being a kid standing for my dad wearing a wiper.
Yeah.
Back
Oh
in the
man,
30s.
you're using a wiper while it's
While we drive.
raining outside? Yeah.
The little kid of the family got to do that.
Yeah. The youngest one?
Yeah, no, at that time.
Yeah.
I rode around a lot of these growing up, huh?
Sure did. Model 8s.
A lot of history with these cars.
Yeah, it is. I've enjoyed it. It turns over and everything. You can light your nose.
Oh!
Just want to
turn
show
over.
it.
A little turn.
Kerosene lights still work?
Do they really?
Yep, got kerosene.
No kidding.
Fairly solid. It's been, somebody done some work underneath and stuff, some welding and stuff on the running boards, but
See these headlights, Jeff?
yeah. Yeah, those are different. I haven't seen those anywhere else.
No, that's pretty neat looking at those eyebrows.
Yeah, I've seen that
Yeah.
on pictures.
Either, yeah.
You want to pull it out?
Yeah. Move that brake, go.
Okay, I think we're good.
Okay, well, slow down a bit.
Hold on.
Yeah, if you could swing that back end out.
Are we clear now, everything?
Yeah, I just don't want to pull it off the balance.
Yeah, you're good up here now.
What you're doing.
Keep going. Keep going.
You start with the picture?
I'm good up here. I'm good up here. Okay, now let me bring it forward. Hang on. Hang on. I'm going to bring it forward a little bit.
Okay.
Cut it back.
Okay.
All right, hold on. All right, now bring it right back.
Around, you're in charge here.
Perfect. Bring her around. Let's drive her to California.
Yeah.
I wouldn't hesitate to drive it across the country.
Take it right across the country.
Woo.
That's cool. That's how Model T should look.
Now here, this is a cutoff down here. See this?
All right.
This is open now. You go down here this valve. And this is your adjustments here. This is choke.
This is the choke rod right here?
Right here, it's a choke.
Okay. Does this brake work?
The brake?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's up off the ground a little bit.
Yeah, I just don't want
Yeah.
to go to the back.
Oh,
Yeah.
no, it wasn't. How we could open the pedal.
Barely moving that pedal. Okay. Ready?
Yep.
This is the starter button right here.
Yeah, put your heel on.
The proper way.
That's getting gas.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay. I'm getting the spark. It run when I pulled it in here.
Yeah, it's hard to start these things.
Yeah, it's
cold weather.
15 degrees out.
Yeah, I know. I just
I'm
telling
40.
you.
I didn't want to get out of bed this morning. This thing is 90 years old.
This will outlast both of us.
Yeah, it sure will.
Want to charge it?
Perfect paint job, I can tell you that.
It is. That's how Model T is supposed to look.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're dry.
These are, the three of them are kind of new.
New, like,
When I got
in the 30s?
When I got them.
He bought it when he graduated high school.
Well, that's a long time ago.
They're pretty dry around it.
Yeah, that's all right.
All right, guys. Have a safe trip. Take good care, baby. Send me some pictures.
We'll come down and see you.
Yeah, okay.
And she's home.
On May 26, 1927, the 15 millionth Ford Model T rolled off the assembly line at the Ford factory in Highland Park, Michigan. Cruise In Collector's Edition, presented by Blue Line Classics, returns after this. Blue Line Classics wants to buy your classic car. We buy excellent condition classic, antique, and muscle cars and offer consignment services. We have an established customer base of eager buyers, and for consignment cars, we offer first-class marketing efforts with an impressive 100% sell-through rate. If you have a classic or muscle car you'd like to sell or take advantage of our consignment service, visit our website, BlueLineClassics.com, or give us a call. Selling your classic does not have to be a painful process. Give Blue Line Classics a call and start selling your classic today. Welcome back to Cruise In Collector's Edition, presented by Blue Line Classics.
In 1968, Pontiac debuted an all-new and drastic body style change for the ever-popular Le Mans. The car became shorter and the stance appeared wider from its predecessor. Although originally equipped with a 350 Pontiac, this particular car recently had a much stouter 455 dropped in it. This 455 has the large valve number 64 heads that are port matched to the aluminum intake. Sitting atop is an 850 Holley carb which forces the gas down to the cylinders. This particular car has a turbo 350 trans with the manual or reverse valve body. Behind that is an Eaton Posse 355 12-bolt rear end with Moser axles. This particular car is an extremely clean example of what a 1968 Pontiac Le Mans should be. Body's solid, frame is solid, it stops, steers, and drives like a brand new car. This isn't your grandmother's grocery getter. This car is built for speed. Although it's never been raced, I wouldn't mind taking this one down the track. Has the original style wheels. The interior in this car is beautiful. With the exception of the aftermarket seats and the 3-gauge cluster underneath the dash, it's 100% original. You'll notice it has the original steel bumper. This was unlike the GTOs in its day. The GTOs had a urethane front bumper. You'll notice the lines, all the gaps and seams are exactly as the GTOs, with the exception of the front nose. The Le Mans is a GM A-body, which is similar to the Chevelle. From 64 to 72, they all had the same basic frames, same basic body styles, although there was a few changes in the fenders, the doors, and the front and rear ends between that and the Chevelle. There was the Tempest model of the Pontiac, then there was the Le Mans, which was an upgrade. There was a suspension package as well as a trim package. Then there was the GTO. The GTO is the top of the line for that year in Pontiacs. In 1968, this was the sleeper for Pontiac. It didn't have the badging of the GTO, but could keep up with any of them. Today, with the 455, this definitely isn't your grandmother's grocery getter. Today, it'll wake up everything on the block. The reason I added this car to our collection I'm not into race cars, but I do like to go fast. With this engine, the powertrain setup, there's no way we could have passed this one up. The 1975 Chevrolet Corvette, commonly referred to as a C3 Corvette, which they made from 1968 through 1981. This particular Corvette in our collection was repainted in a later model 2012 Rally Green by Chevrolet, which they also put on the later model Camaro SS's. This one has T-tops, air conditioning, power steering, power disc brakes, power windows. T-tops are very similar to a convertible. You pop them off, throw them in the trunk, and you're ready to go. It's powered by the original matching numbers 350 engine. You'll notice in 1975 they had urethane bumpers front and rear. That was an option which started in 1974. 73 was the last year that they had chrome bumpers on the front and rear. To this day, they still have urethane bumpers. The interior of this car is a two-seater. You look at the gauges in the cockpit, it's set up much like a fighter jet. You'll notice the flip-up headlights. Those started on Corvettes with the C2s back in 1962 and went all the way through the C5s in the early 2000s. You'll notice one thing that makes the Corvette stand out is the body lines compared to the other cars of its day. And these cars were made out of all fiberglass, the entire bodies. The reason we added this car to the collection is because it was the car to have back in 1975. Everybody wanted a Chevy Corvette. Even today, everybody wants a Corvette.
The first Corvette was designed by Harley Earl and introduced in 1953 as a concept car. Myron Scott is credited for naming the car after the type of small maneuverable warship called a Corvette. Cruisin' Collector's Edition, presented by Blue Line Classics, returns in a moment. Now, back to Cruisin' Collector's Edition, presented by Blue Line Classics.
I like the big cars because they're comfortable. You can drive down the freeway and it feels like you're driving in your living room. This is the kind of car you'd see pulling through the gates of Graceland with Elvis Presley behind the wheel. The reason I like to drive it is because I feel like the king when I'm behind the wheel. This is a 1957 Cadillac Series 62 Coupe de Ville. Back in its heyday, this was the king of luxury. This is a nut and bolt frame-off restoration on this car with under 500 miles since it was restored. It has the original 365 cubic inch engine. Compared to other cars back in 1957, this car was highly optioned. It had power windows, power seats. It's not like today's cars where everything has power windows and power door locks and power seats. This car just underwent a pristine restoration from top to bottom. Every nut and bolt was replaced. Has a gorgeous two-tone interior in an almond and mocha color. Has a pearl white paint to offset the interior. Gorgeous wire wheels, completely rebuilt drivetrain from front to back. The chrome on the car is impeccable. Stainless steel trim's impeccable. It was all refinished. It's probably as good as, if not better than when it left the factory. You'll notice the lines on this car. Look at the fins on the hood. Look at the fins on the back. Look at the bumpers. Look at the lines. This car stands apart from all the others. This color slightly varied from the original color. The original color was white. This is actually done in a newer style Cadillac Escalade white. It's a pearl white that's very popular. It has actually a pinkish hue. This car was a land yacht back in its day and still is today. We added this to our collection because we couldn't pass it up. It has gorgeous chrome, gorgeous paint, gorgeous interior. You could eat off the undercarriage. They just don't make them like this anymore. This is a 1974 Dodge Charger. This particular car is equipped with the 318 cubic inch Dodge engine, along with the 727 TorqueFlite transmission. This is kind of the end of an era for muscle cars. 74 was pretty much what you consider the last of the great muscle cars. This particular one has 13,200 original miles. Had one owner for 40 years, and it's most likely the lowest mileage 74 Charger in the world. It has a few nice options, including air conditioning, power steering, power disc brakes. You'll notice this car has a very rare CB phone headset with a built-in PA system that still works as new today. Everybody can remember the phase from Smokey and the Bandit. This car has the original paint, the original interior, the original engine, chrome, and glass. The body is flawless. The vinyl top is original. You'll notice one thing that stands apart on these mid-70s Chargers is what's commonly referred to as the fish gills. You know, the vinyl top on the back, the three little slats on each side for the windows. You'll notice there's only one mirror on the driver's side. That's how they came back in '74. Look at the body lines. They call these the Coke bottle cars. If you turn a Coke bottle sideways, it looks like the car. Among Mopar fans, Chargers, Satellites, GTXs, Superbirds, they were the cars to have. The wheels are a vintage 1970s American racing wheel. You won't find these wheels anymore. They're the original chrome and in flawless condition. This car is powered by the original 318, which still performs outstanding today. This car is incredibly clean, has a beautiful interior, the body's outstanding, and the undercarriage is flawless. This is most likely the lowest mileage, best original 1974 Charger you will ever find. It's clean, it's original, it's solid, one owner, as close to factory showroom perfect as you'll ever see. I'm not the biggest Mopar fan, but I couldn't pass this one up to add to our collection. The low mileage, the pristine condition of the car, we couldn't pass it up, which is why we added it to our collection.
Welcome to the Collector's Showcase. This 1952 Chrysler New Yorker with a 331 Hemi is a very rare survivor. Extremely clean inside and out, and very well appointed. The Cruise-O-Matic drive transmission was rebuilt recently and has approximately 3,000 miles on it. A truly spectacular find. This exquisite 1954 Mercury Monterey Woody wagon is most definitely investment quality. A true survivor with only 36,000 original miles. Extremely clean with a solid frame and undercarriage. This car drives and handles superbly. The car needs nothing but a new owner. For information on these or any of the cars in our inventory, give us a call or visit our website, BlueLineClassics.com. With the contraction of the two words motor and parts, the term Mopar was first used by Chrysler in the 1920s and was introduced as a standalone brand in 1937. Cruise In Collector's Edition, presented by Blue Line Classics, will be right back. Blue Line Classics wants to buy your classic car. We buy excellent condition classic, antique, and muscle cars and offer consignment services. We have an established customer base of eager buyers, and for consignment cars, we offer first-class marketing efforts with an impressive 100% sell-through rate. If you have a classic or muscle car you'd like to sell or take advantage of our consignment service, visit our website, BlueLineClassics.com, or give us a call. Selling your classic does not have to be a painful process. Give Blue Line Classics a call and start selling your classic today. Welcome back to Cruise In Collector's Edition, presented by Blue Line Classics.
Basically, somebody saw that smaller communities were doing this type of project, and they started out seeing that done with, say, a county's trucks and maybe elementary schools. So ODOT had the idea to involve the high school students and see what they could do. And it has really been an amazing process. These kids are talented, and we've had a lot of fun with this program. We started out, we got a listing together of all of the high schools in our 8-county district, and then we started calling. And the first day of school, we would contact the secretaries, get the art teachers' names, and then contact the art teachers directly, and got an overwhelmingly positive response. And now the second year, it's just kind of rolling along. We have a lot more, we have a lot different schools this year, so.
It was 2 classes, my AP class of 5, and then Mr. Bugles had 9?
I have 12 kids in my Art 4 class, and so the 2 classes work together on that.
They kind of tag teamed a little bit because everybody could be at the snowplow at the same time. So everybody had like either sketching on, put the base coat on, then start putting details on.
Just a great group of kids.
This is the snowplow that my Art 4 and AP Studio Art painted. Yeah, we had a sketchbook assignment to where we had to come up with our own idea, and then we all voted on an idea, and that was a grade. I feel like it took like a month or so. Because of the weather, we had to stop painting a couple times because it was outside.
Oh, those students from Norwalk High School did a good job on that. I like it. It's a good job. The 4 that are here today, and throughout our whole district, which covers, I think there's 8 counties in our district, and each county's got high schools that participated.
A special art club, and they'll come in Saturdays and after school. So they've really done a pretty marvelous job.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
If you have a car you'd like to showcase with Cruising Collector's Edition, give us a call.
Time to take the 57 Caddy for a little spin.